Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. And today is the day that I do my weekly live videos and chat about a different topic each week. As always, I say to people that if there is something in particular you would love to learn about, please do let me know. And that way it gives me inspiration for my live videos for the next week. So my name is Morgan. I am the nutritionist at Coastal Active Nutrition, and I'm also currently studying to become a naturopath through Endeavour College in Australia, doing a Bachelor of Science there. So I quite often will weave a lot of my learnings from that to enhance what I already have learnt from nutrition school that I have previously done. So today I just wanted to quickly jump on and chat a little bit about supplements, because this is something that has been a bit of a topic amongst people I've spoken to, clients, that sort of thing. And I wanted to talk about it because my thoughts on supplements have changed quite a bit over my career as a nutritionist and during my schooling and so on and so forth, and time being a nutritionist. And I think it's really important to chat about it because I know a lot of people do wonder about them, whether or not they need them, whether or not they work. And I also know that supplements can be quite expensive. And so for a lot of people, it's not always easy to include supplements into their regime. So I just wanted to share my thoughts on supplements and chat to people about, to give them some food for thought, so to speak, on whether or not they do actually even need them. And if so, which ones are the best ones? Not so much brands necessarily, but if you are going to get supplements, which do people normally need? So I just want to preface that this is not me diagnosing anybody. This is not me saying you absolutely have to get these supplements. You absolutely should discuss that with your health practitioner first before you go out and get supplements. So I actually used to work in a health food store and would quite often get people come in and be like, oh, my friend said that I need to get this supplement for this, this, and this. So I read off the internet that I should get this supplement for that, this, and this. And what was really interesting about that, and what I have only learned through schooling, and what you don't necessarily read off of the internet and what your friend isn't going to know, is that supplements can actually contraindicate if you are currently on medications. So that's a big flag, and that is why it's super important to actually chat to your health practitioner before going and getting supplements, because you just don't know what could contraindicate, or if you, in a lot of cases, aren't even absorbing your food, or you don't have a solid digestive process happening, like you're not breaking down your food or anything like that, then you're actually not even going to really absorb your supplements either. So it actually just ends up being really expensive pee. So you may or may not have heard that before about supplements being expensive pee, but it's true. So sometimes that can be the case. So I just really wanted to mention that as well, and which is why I suggested definitely talk to your health practitioner, because you just don't know what ones could or could not cause more harm. And that's true even for medications, so like pharmaceutical medications. But it's really important to just consider that if you are going to buy supplements, to just check, make sure if you even need them. And that's the thing that I'll seg into, is that not everybody needs supplements. So ideally, you're actually getting your supplementation from your food. That's first and foremost where you ought to be getting it. Unfortunately, as time has been going on and more as our food hasn't been as nutritious or as it could be, we're not necessarily getting all the nutrients that we do need. So that's when supplementation can be really beneficial. However, if you're actually getting really great quality food, generally from your farmer's market, from your local farmer, or you're growing it yourself, or you're getting your meat from your local farmer as well, where you know that they're not using antibiotics, they're not using hormones, the animal is grass-fed, allowed to roam, so on and so forth, then you can be pretty rest assured that you're probably fine. If you've got a really great varied diet, you're probably fine. You don't need supplements. The only time that I would, in that case, recommend someone have supplementation is Of course, depending on what else might be going on in their life, so if they have a high stress lifestyle, high inflammation, then some supplementation in therapeutic doses can actually be really, truly beneficial. But for most people, honestly, as time's going on and as I work with people more and more, generally what I find that I'm recommending mostly is digestive enzymes. And that's only because people are no longer digesting their food adequately. And that's from a variety of reasons, some being inflammation, some being stress, eating on the go, eating while stressed, not chewing their food properly enough, drinking liquids in large amounts while they're eating. All of these things actually disrupt our digestion. So that means that hydrochloric acid is not being produced adequately. And if that's not happening, then it's also not telling your digestive system further down the track, hey, we need to release these enzymes in order to digest the rest of our food. So when that's not happening, it doesn't matter whether we're having supplements or whether we're having actual real food, we're just not assimilating that food properly. However, digestive enzymes are ultra helpful because it starts to get this process kick-started again, along with other things like telling people to chew their food properly, limit the amount of liquid that they're taking in, don't eat while stressed. All those little things can really help. But generally, just a really great digestive enzyme is probably all people need. In therapeutic doses, if they need more, depending on their lifestyle and what else might be going on, for instance, if someone is suffering with adrenal fatigue, therapeutic amounts of vitamin C, B vitamins, magnesium are all really key supplements to have. However, usually after 3 months, I'll tend to get people off of their supplementation and I'll leave it for a month and see how they're doing. And really, hopefully by that time, they're already starting to assimilate their food again. The stress level has come down, the toxic load is not quite as high, so that they should be able to get the supplementation from their food instead of their supplements. So that's pretty much my take on it. You don't necessarily need supplements, so don't feel like you have to rush out to your local supplement store, your local health food store, and say, oh, I need to get this, this, and this. You generally should be able to get it from your food, so long as you're having a varied diet and you're not following society's diets of paleo, vegan, this, that, and everything else. It's not to say that there isn't a time and place for that, but they have found that a more varied diet for sure gives you a really great balance of your micronutrients, so your vitamins and minerals. And if you're getting that, and if you're assimilating your food really well and you've got a strong digestive system, then you should be fine. You shouldn't need your supplements at all. But in some cases, in therapeutic amounts, for therapeutic reasons, supplements do have a time and place. But for sure, chat to your health practitioner just to see if you even do need that sort of stuff. This also goes for your protein powders, your spirulina, bee pollen, all that sort of stuff that marketing has done a really great job of telling you that you absolutely need. You might find they actually absolutely don't. So a lot of what we eat and what's available to us locally works as really fantastic superfoods as it is. Blueberries is one of those things. Stinging nettle, which is absolutely abundant in British Columbia, is fantastic, as is dandelion. Is awesome and can be really great for the liver, and you don't need any expensive supplement in order to get that help for your liver if you might need it. So that's also something else to consider. And if you think about how much blueberries cost versus how much a tub of some sort of supplement costs, that's where I'm definitely a big believer in food first, then supplements. But everybody is different. So chat to your health practitioner, see if it's something for you. Don't let Dr. Google tell you what supplements you should and should not be taking. And just because your friend might be taking X amount of supplements for whatever reason doesn't mean that that applies to you as well. So something to really consider. I hope this might have answered some of your questions regarding supplements, and I hope maybe this has given you a little bit food for thought, and maybe it's helped you see that you don't necessarily need supplements. So hopefully maybe that takes a little bit of stress off whether or not you should buy them, because I know they're expensive and some people just can't afford them. So something to think about there. If you do have any other health questions or anything that's just on your mind and you just wanted me to chat about and talk about and let you know, please do leave a comment or send me a message, and I would love to chat about it next week. I try to do these once a week. My aim is on Monday, but once a week if nothing else. But it's been great to chat to you here. I am now going out to enjoy the beautiful breeze that we get in Squamish after an incredibly hot day. I hope you've had an absolutely wonderful Labor Day long weekend, and cheers to a wonderful summer that we've had. Have a great day, guys.